Hello and welcome. I'm Chris and this is my Retro Corner, and today we're going to be having a look at these. How many of you recognise these two books? Growing up as a young lad, I had a Commodore VIC20 and I'm not quite sure when I had these two books. I must have been about 9 or 10, I think, when my parents got me these two. Up until very recently, I thought that these books had been thrown out many years ago, until Mrs. Retro Corner found them in a bag along with some other magazines of mine from my youth. I've got some very fond memories of these books. Let's have a little bit of a closer look. So you can see these books were multi-format for the Commodore 64, VIC20, Apple, I'm assuming that's the Apple II, TRS-80, Electron, BBC, Spectrum and the ZX81. Okay. First published in 1982, so I would have been about 7, and I think this was a couple of years before I actually got my VIC20. But if you're unfamiliar with these, this is how let's just say folk of a certain age got their introduction to computer programming. It was through these books. Absolutely love these books. They're illustrated so very well. Like an awful lot of the computer game inlay, the cassette inlays were wonderfully illustrated and sort of invoked really strong feelings, sort of this wondrous game that you're about to play. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Look at the graphics, it's going to be great. And unfortunately the graphics never quite turned out as good as the inlay promised. I think times have changed a little bit nowadays, and you generally get what's on the box, but back in the day you certainly didn't. Now what I really liked about these books, although never got a chance to actually experiment with when I was a lad, was the fact that these books were sort of multi-format. You could adapt the code in these to work across several computers. And being lucky enough to own 4 of the devices that were stated on the front, 99p. I don't know where they got it from for that. 99p. The original purchase price was $2.25. What a bargain! And you can see on the back the other books that I wanted to get. I was very keen on some of these other books, and these were the only 2 that I actually got at the time. But yeah, you could adapt the code for a different computer. So I'm lucky enough, like I said, to own several different computers now. So yeah, I really do want to have a look at some of these and revisit them on my VIC20. I did type in most of the games across both books. But yeah, going back to the graphics, wow, does that look a little Captain Scarlet-esque to you? Yeah, love these graphics. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, you can see there's a certain flavour to these. As I go through, I can't help but smirk as I'm looking through these. I say they bring back a lot of memories. I'm not quite sure what I was trying to write. 1 colour, 2 colour modes. I don't know. There's a little bit more of my scribble over here as well. But obviously trying to do something with this. Does that look a little bit like the Battlestar Galactica to you? Yeah, you can certainly see where some of the inspiration for the artwork came from, sort of that time. But yeah, really interesting that they take the time to sort of tell you what's going on with the code, what this actually means in BASIC over here. And having a quick look at the key down the side, you can see here that there were certain lines of text that you needed to change dependent on the system that you had. Let's have a quick look. Just see if we can. There we go. There's the key. There's the key there. So VIC20, and subsequently the Commodore 64, BBC, and Electron, TRS, Apple, and then the ZX Spectrum there as well. And it's quite a nice thing that some of these games, well, probably half of them, I haven't really checked, were short enough for you to be able to type into your ZX81 as well. I had a friend of mine, Nigel Cooper, who lived in the same village as me. I believe, if I remember rightly, and it's going back a long way, he also had these books, and yeah, been able to type those in, because you've got 1K game, so it's going to work on the ZX81. Oh, and another one. Look at that. You'll note the 1K games aren't very long. But yeah, there are some of the other books in the series on the back of that. But yeah, Usbourne Publishing have relatively recently, I didn't know about this until a few months ago, have made these old books available for download in a PDF format. Was that 99p again? Yeah, cool. My folks have got a real bargain. No, that was $2.25 as well. And they've made them downloadable, so you can look at them in PDF, reminisce. Yeah, this is giving me an idea. This is giving me an idea just flicking through this. But yeah, Usbourne really took the time to explain sort of how to go about creating games of your own, as well as explaining the basic commands, what they did. So yeah, getting very nostalgic goosebumps as I flick through those. So yeah, just a quick video today, just a quick look at these. Do keep an eye on my channel. Like I say, I've got a couple of ideas. Might involve these two books. So keep your eyes open. But for now, thank you very much for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in another video again soon.